Yes guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Inverse Audio YouTube channel. As always, I'm 5X, and in today's video we're going to be doing a Sota X Kanine type track. They did recently release a collab together called Touchdown. I'm going to be taking a lot of inspiration from that, so yeah, without any further ado, let's just get right in the video. Okay, so we're not starting with a complete blank canvas today. I was kind of messing around with some samples, and I was just trying to make a song in general, and I came up with this, and I thought, you know what, I might as well just do this Sota Kanine tutorial whilst this idea is here. Anyway, this is what it sounds like.
Hit you with the
So yeah, it's quite cool. It is pretty much a B-Tech touchdown, but originally when I was writing this, it was just a chug with another lead.
hit you with the
But then I was messing around making a lead. I was trying to get some vowel movement in there, and I came up with this. Put the portamento on it, and it came pretty close to the touchdown lead, especially with that slide in the beginning. So yeah, I think I know where I want to go with this track. If you're wondering where some of these sounds are from, to be honest, they're just from my own personal library. I have these folders where I make basses, and then I save them as ALS files. Some of them are from my Patreon, some of them I just made. So I made this growl today, and I can just kind of drag it and then have it all saved for me, ready to go. It's kind of like a preset. I'm just going to shorten this so it's half the length, because that's what I did with the sample. A wide layer, a low, and then a fizz layer. So yeah, this bass I actually did create in a Patreon video, how to make every bass fat. I think it's called a pop-up on the screen if you're interested. So that's the bass there, but then I've just chopped it into audio to get that kind of swing in this. I might just leave it at that, to be honest, and not play about with this one. And then the only other kind of, it's not even a bass, I was just playing about with some triangle waves, trying to get that kind of screechy sound. So it's two triangle waves with some sync. But yeah, I'm gonna start on the drums, I think. Pretty happy with that, so just gonna work on some hats. Okay, so in terms of hats, this is what we've got. Just a few top loops, and then like later on I might switch it, make it faster. But yeah, I also just want to quickly say that I am currently running a mid-year sale over on my website. So if you want to pick up any packs with a big discount, running 50% off for the next 2 weeks. So link for that will be down below. But yeah, with the drums, this is how it's sounding now.
hit you with the
Still unsure on the pre-drop vocal, but like it really doesn't matter. I'm gonna add a drum break for this section. And I'm just going to process it slightly. Okay, next I might do a growl kind of bass. So yeah, something like this. Or it might be, the time might be different. I think it might just happen on the beat. Okay, so I think I'm going to base it off this preset from Spectre Volume 2. It is the ultimate squelch with 2 U's. So I'm just going to modify this a bit. Actually, I couldn't quite get the tonality of this right. It is close, but I'm just starting over. But the whole basis of the sound really is just this filter moving like so, and then a wavetable and a couple effects. Okay, I've gone with a Monster 3 and a sine wave, and then just bent it a little bit, and then added some phase distortion. Getting pretty close, to be fair. Okay, a couple of effects. Now this is what it sounded like. Okay, so the first layer is a width layer, which is just 2 different wavetables. And just a bit more high passed. Okay, so I've got all 4 of the layers. We've got a fizz layer. which is just a saw and pink noise distorted together. A low end, which is just a square wave. The width, and then obviously the original. And they sound like this. Just need to process them now. To get a bit closer to the sound, I've actually automated the position of this EQ here. Without it, sounds like this. So yeah, that's a bit nicer now. Okay, I just chucked a gain reduction and a reverb on there, and this is the sound. Very nice. So I'm going to add in a sub now. Just going to use a sine wave because I have all of the low ends taken care of, so it should make it sound a lot more full now anyway. Okay, just also plugged in some sidechain to the hats. From the kick and snare, obviously. Okay, so far we have this. Hit you with the So I have this nice gap right over here. Make it bounce! With a little make it bounce, and I wanted to do a bass right here as well. So let's design something. I think for this pattern, I'm going to go for an 8th note just to slightly switch it up. Not as in a chug, but like an 8th note rhythm bass. Okay, so after quite a lot of tinkering, I think I'm pretty happy with this. Oh shoot, I'll play it first. So yeah, it's made up of 3 layers really. You've got the main one here. And what I've done is I've automated the rate, which controls most of the sound, to be fair. And then kind of changed it over time as well. A couple of effects. And then I took one of the basses, or one of the layers from this bass. Just the low end, and I kind of applied the same technique. It is like very messy for a low end, but it will do. Oh, and I added like a kick as well, a little transient, and yeah, this is the kind of bass we have now. And yeah, sounds pretty good. Now, next step is to maybe put some low end in this. I'm thinking maybe just like an 808. I think I've got some nice 808s in here, to be fair. It's quite nice. I've kind of just followed the kick pattern of this break here. Where is it? This one. I might do this. Yeah, I quite like that. A bit jungly. Okay, so now what's left is to kind of fill in the gaps. And this is the bit that I'm not too sure what to do with. Yeah, so I've got kind of 2 options for the low end. I am kind of struggling with this, I'm not going to lie. I have this, which is just a bit of a saw just to fill out the low end, to add some extra harmonics onto this. And that kind of drops in and out when the basses are not playing. Or I could go with like a more rhythmic kind of thing there. Okay, so for the low end, I've kind of just added in 808 when this lead plays. It's very quiet. Yeah, so I've done things really weird in terms of the low end, but it kind of works, so I'm just going to leave it. So now I think it's time for the variation. So I'm going to copy all the basses over and then tweak them slightly. First one's going to be this main bass. Okay, and then I've got the second variation here as well, which, as opposed to this, sounds like this. But yeah, I think I've spent long enough on that drop now. I'm going to try and do some intro bits. Okay, so I'm going to grab the Atmos. Okay, so I've grabbed a pluck from the Spectre Volume 2. And I think this is going to be the intro to the track. might add in a couple more atmospheres. Okay, so I've added a couple of atmospheres and they sound like this together. Next, I'm going to add in a bass. Okay, so a lot of progress on the intro. I've kept it quite short because I spent quite a while on this drop. Plus, I've tried doing a chord progression and it just didn't work at all. So that's why I've made it short. So yeah, there's a bass line. There's quite a few exhausts and stuff, and I've done some build-up stuff. Nothing too crazy. And then in the build-up, I've just got this like brass instead of a bass, really, which that reminds me I need to filter it. I'm still unsure on what to do with the lead because I don't really have like a vocal, and I don't think I'm going to look for one because there's just no point of trying to look for vocals on Splice. I guess I've got to hit you with it, and I think that's good enough for the section over here, unless I extend my build up. Hit you with the... This is a bit dry. Make it bounce! Make it bounce! What I might do actually is just endless smile the main lead, and that should be good enough, to be fair. Oh, that gap is so awkward. I think I've been listening to this for too long because my ears are like questioning the hi-hats and stuff now. This is why you take breaks. Do I have this vocal lying around? I might try and see if it fits in anywhere. Okay, I'm really not too sure what to do with this awkward gap here. Hit you with the... So what I might do is I might just reverse reverb this. Hit you with the... Yeah, I'm not too sure what to do in this gap. I think this will be good enough. If I had a vocal, this would be a whole lot easier. But yeah, anyway, guys, that is going to be everything for today's tutorial. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Don't forget, I am running a summer sale, so you can save up to 50% on all of my packs. So if you're interested in that, the link will be in the bio. This full unedited version will also be uploaded to Patreon. That's also going to be in a link in the description. Also, just want to give a quick shout out to Surgical Sounds. He recreated all of the patches from Touchdown, so I'll leave a link to that in the description as well. It did kind of inspire the lead on this. It kind of sounds like Sota and Kanine. It sounds like a Touchdown from Wish. But that being said, I hope you guys have learned something, because that's why I make these videos, not to try and copy or imitate other artists, just so you guys can learn. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I'm going to play the full track now, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.